Hi students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Nirwani and today we'll be doing this chapter called as leverages. We're doing illustration 6 on page 230. First you make the format. Sales less variable cost will give you contribution less fixed cost will give you EBIT, less interest will give you EBT, less tax will give you EAT. Therefore, OL, operating leverage, is nothing but C upon EBIT. Financial leverage is EBIT upon EBT, and combined leverage is C upon EBT. Now let's read the sum, guys. They've given you that calculate the operating leverage and financial leverage under situation 1 and situation 2. So there is a situation 1 and situation 2. Calculate the operating and financial leverage under situation 1 and 2 for financial plan A and B. So you have plan A, plan B, plan A, plan B. Okay. CPU, TC, CPU, TC, CPU, TC, CPU, TC. CPU stands for cost per unit, TC stands for total cost. Now they've given you that installed capacity is 2000 units. Actual production is only 50%. So you could produce 2000 but you are producing only 1000 units. Your production is 1000 units. 1000 units. Right? Let's see this. They've given you that selling price per unit is 20. So throughout selling price per unit will be 20. Right? Now CPU multiplied by units will give you total cost. So this will be 20,000, 20,000, 20,000 and 20,000. Right? Next they've given you that variable cost is 10. Variable cost is 10. So this is going to be 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 and 10,000. Now once you have this, you can find out the contribution therefore. So contribution will be 10,000, 10,000. I'm just plainly subtracting this, people. 10 and 10,000, 10 and 10,000. Right? Fixed cost. Now they are saying for situation 1, the fixed cost is 4,000. And for situation 2, the fixed cost is 5,000. So this will be 6,000, 6,000, 5,000 and 5,000. Right? They've given you capital structure. They've given you debt is 15,000 and 5,000 for plan A and plan B, and cost of debt is given to you as 10%. 10% on 15,000 is 1,500. Right? So for plan A, the interest is going to be 1,500. For plan B, it is 10% on 5,000, which is going to be 500 and 500. This is going to give you 4,500, 5,500, 3,500 and 4,500. Right? There is no tax given, so you need not calculate the EAT. Now let's calculate the leverages. Operating leverage is contribution divided by EBIT. EBIT is 6,000. Someone please help me calculate this. 10,000 divided by 6,000.
1.66.
Financial leverage is EBIT divided by EBT. 6,000 divided by 4,500.
1.33.
Combined leverage is contribution, that is 10,000 divided by 4,500. Someone please help me calculate this.
2.22.
2.22.
22.
Now similarly, let's calculate for plan B. It is going to be 10,000 divided by 6,000, which will be 1.66. Financial leverage is going to be 6,000 divided by 5,500. Someone please help me get that.
1.09.
And this is going to be 10,000 divided by 5,500. Next, let's see this. This is 10,000 divided by 5,000, which is going to be 2. This is 5,000 divided by 3,500. Someone please help me get this.
1.42.
And this is going to be 10,000 divided by 3,500. Someone please help me get this.
2.85.
Next, this is 10,000 divided by 5,000, which is going to be 2. This is 5,000 divided by 4,500. Someone please help me calculate this.
1.1.
And this is going to be 10,000 divided by 4,500. Someone please help me calculate this.
2.22.
Right? This finishes the sum. Let's move on to another sum, guys. Right? In the meantime, just go through the sum and find another good sum, and we'll do that. We'll now do sum number 13, question number 13 on page 237. Okay, first let's make the format. Sales less variable cost gives you contribution, less fixed cost gives you EBIT, less interest gives you EBT, less tax gives you EAT. Right? Now, let's see this. They give you 3 plans: plan A, plan B, and plan C. Okay? They have only given you, they've given you the leverages: operating leverage, financial leverage, and combined leverage. Okay? Now, let's see this. For plan A, they have given you the interest to be 200. For plan A, interest is 200. We make 2 columns: percentage, rupees, percentage, rupees, percentage, rupees. Okay. Interest is given to you as 200. Then they give you 300 and 1000. This is the interest given to you. Okay. Now, they have also told you that variable cost is, in the first case, 66 2/3% of sales. Let us assume that sales is 100 in all the 3 cases. Let us assume sales is 100%. Variable cost in percentage is given to you as 66.66, 75, and 50. So in terms of percentage, this is going to be 33.34. This is 25, and this is 50%. they've given you that operating leverage is 5, financial leverage is 3, income tax rate is given as 40%. Okay, and in the other cases they've given you 6 and 4. In the third case they've given you as 2 and 2. Now let's see this. Let us assume, guys, let us assume that EBIT is X. I'm assuming EBIT to be X. If I assume EBIT to be X, then EBT will be X minus 200. If I assume EBIT to be X, then EBT will be X minus 200. Now, we know, guys, working note 1, we know that financial leverage is EBIT upon EBT. Financial leverage for plan A, financial leverage is given to you as 5. No, financial leverage is given to you as 3. EBIT is X, EBT is X minus 200, cross multiply, you will get 3X minus 600 is equal to X. Solve this, 3X minus X is equal to 600, 2X is 600, so X is going to be equal to 300. So you will come to know that your EBIT is 300. If EBIT is 300, then EBT will be 100. Same thing I can do for plan B also. Plan B, again same logic. Assume this to be X. So in that case this will be X minus 300, right? Now for plan B, they have given you that financial leverage is 4 is equal to EBIT X upon X minus 300. Cross multiply, 4X minus 1200 is equal to X. 4X minus X is equal to 1200. 3X is equal to 1200. X is equal to 400. X is equal to 400. If X is 400, then this will be 100. Same thing I can do for plan C also. Assume this to be X. In that case, this will be X minus 1000. Now, let's work this for plan C. Plan C. Financial leverage is 2. X upon X minus 1000. So you will get 2X minus 2000 is equal to X. 2X minus X is equal to 2000. X is equal to 2000. So in which case you will get X to be 2000. So in that case this will be 1000. Now we know that the tax rate is given to you as 40%. 40% on 100 will be 40. 40% on 100 will be 40. 40% on 1000 will be 400. Therefore, you will get your EAT to be 60, 60 and 600. Right? Now, let's see this. Let's assume the contribution to be say Y for plan A. Let us assume contribution to be Y. This was working note 1. Let's see working note 2. Now we know that operating leverage is nothing but C upon EBIT. Right? Operating leverage. Plan A. In plan A, operating leverage is given to you as 5 is equal to contribution I have assumed as Y. EBIT we found out is 300. So 1500 will be equal to Y, right? Same thing I can do for plan B also. Plan B, operating leverage is 6 is equal to Y upon EBIT is 400. 6 4s are 2400 is equal to Y. For plan C, EBI operating leverage is 2, is Y upon EBIT is 2000, so 4000 is equal to Y. So here we get all the three contributions. You can say that here for plan A contribution is 1500, for plan B contribution is 2400, and for plan C contribution is 4000. Once you know contribution, you can find out the fixed cost. Contribution is 1500, EBIT is 300, so the fixed cost in plan A has to be 1200. Same way, contribution for plan B is 2400, EBIT is 400, so this will be 2000, and this again will be 2000, right? Now, guys, see this. 1500 represents 33.33%. Okay, so 100 will represent how much? Guys, now listen to me carefully and do exactly the way I tell you on the calc sheet. Do 1500 into 100 divided by, now when you have a recurring number, you have to take the recurring number till the end. So divided by 33.333333, take all the decimals. Go on taking as many decimals as you have on the screen. Go on taking all the digits of the screen. Is equal to, someone please tell me how much is that?
4500.
4500. Remember, if you take only 33.33, you will not get a precise answer. That's how you do recurring numbers on the calc sheet, right? This, if this is 4500, then this will be 3000, because 4500 minus 3000 will give you 1500. Similarly, guys, 2400 into 100 divided by 25. 9200.
9600.
9600. If this is 9600, that means this has to be 7200, right? This is 4000 into 100 divided by 50 is going to be 8000, so this is going to be 4000, right? So this finishes the sum. In this sum, the unique thing was no data was given, the leverages were given to you on the basis of which you have calculated everything. Fine, did you get this thing clear? Let's see one more sum. We will do now illustration 5 on page 229. Let's make the format first. Sales less variable cost gives you contribution less fixed cost gives you EBIT less interest gives you EBT less tax gives you EAT, right? Now they said that X Corporation Limited has estimated that for a new product the break-even point is 2000 units. CPU TC units. They've given you units is 2000. Now if they say break-even units is 2000, what do you mean by break-even? Break-even means where your EBIT is going to be equal to nil. If they say break-even units is 2000, that means your EBIT is going to be nil. This is the trickiest part of the sum, right? Now, they've also said that the selling price per unit is 14 and the variable cost is 9. Right, so contribution is going to be 5. Now let's first work this out. 14 to the 28, this is going to be 28,000. 9 to the 18, 18,000, 10,000. Now guys, since EBIT is nil, therefore the fixed cost will also be 10,000. Right? That's how I come to know the fixed cost here. Once this is done, they have asked you to calculate operating leverage for a sales volume of 2500 and 3000 units. Case 2, units 2500, CPU TC. Even if I increase the sales of units, the CPU will remain the same. So CPU will still be 14, 9 and 5. Multiply. Someone please help me multiply this. 2500 into 14. 450. 45.
35,000.
35,000. Someone please do this. 2500 into 9.
22,500.
Right? 2500 into 5 is 12,500. Now remember, irrespective of increase in number of units, your fixed cost remains the same. So fixed cost will still be 10,000. Hence your profit will be 2,500. You can find, they have only asked you to find out operating leverage. Operating leverage is C upon EBIT. C we calculated is 12,500. EBIT is 2,500. So operating leverage for 2,500 units is going to be 5. It's an extremely leveraged company, which is not a very good news for the company. Next, they've also asked you for 3,000 units. CPU TC. Units, the CPU remains the same. Irrespective of increase in the number of units sold, the CPU will remain constant. Fine, do we get this? Now, 42,000. Guys, how did I get 42,000? 14 into 3,000. Similarly, 9 into 3,000. 27,000. 5 into 3,000. 15,000. I told you that fixed cost remains the same. Even if you increase the number of units sold, fixed cost remains same. So this will be 5,000. So your operating leverage is contribution upon EBIT. So this will be contribution 15,000 divided by 5,000, which is 3. Right? This finishes the sum. Let's see another sum, guys. Illustration 2, page 227. Now, in this particular sum, they have given you that net worth of the company is 25 lakhs, debt equity ratio is 3:1, interest rate is 12%, and operating profit is given to you as 20 lakhs. Now, first thing, they have given you debt equity ratio. How do I get debt equity ratio, guys? The name tells you what the formula will be. Debt equity ratio, debt, which is nothing but debt upon equity. Debt equity ratio is going to be debt upon equity. Debt equity ratio is given to you as 3. We do not know what is the debt. Net worth of the company is 25 lakhs. That means equity is going to be 25 lakhs. Therefore, debt is going to be equal to 25 into 3, 75 lakhs. Right? Interest rates have been given to you as 12%. So interest is going to be 12% on 75 lakhs. Someone please help me get that. 12% on 75 lakhs.
Lakhs.
9 lakhs. Right? Once you have this, they have only asked you to calculate the financial leverage. Very simple. You start with EBIT less interest will give you EBT. EBIT is your operating profit which is given to you as 20 lakhs. Interest you just calculated was 9 lakhs. So EBT will be 11 lakhs. Once you have this, then you can find out financial leverage. Financial leverage is EBIT upon EBT, that is 20 lakhs divided by 11 lakhs. Someone please help me calculate this. 20 divided by 11, 1.81. Fine, do we get this in here? I think I have covered all the different types of sums that you have in this chapter. There is one more. Okay, we'll stop here for the day. Thank you very much.